Good morning, train fans, and my special train fans, Eliana and Julian. Well, we're looking once again at the Great Train Robbery number 213 440 locomotive that was included in Lionel's 2002 catalog, Great Train Robbery set. There were a great many new things coming out in Lionel's catalog in 2002. And some of them included things like rail sounds and the TMCC system. And they were also trying to go back to some of their earlier releases and re-releasing them. So this is an example of a re-release because this locomotive has a DC motor in it, which gives it very smooth operation, but it also has a rectifier that converts the AC electricity from the track to the DC motor. Which kind of gives you the best of both worlds. It has a little bit more electronics built into it. It allows for a smoke generation, a sluice type of smoke generator. So it doesn't really emit puffing smoke out of the chimney, but more of a wafting type of smoke coming out of the chimney. It has a nice LED light at the front, and it's a plastic shell. It's not die cast, but it's got a lot of nice details on it, as you can see in the video here. But I've already talked a little bit about this locomotive and its matching wood tender that you see here, which is nicely marked Union Pacific. What I haven't talked about is, of course, the fact that this locomotive and its matching tender was released as a set. And so immediately, as soon as I got these two pieces, I started looking for the cars that came in the set. Now, the 2002 Great Train Robbery set, as it listed in the catalog, in addition included, of course, some fast track, which you see it sitting on, made a nice oval of track, as well as a transformer to take the AC power from the wall and bring it to the track. But it also included a couple of cars. One of the cars was a flat car with some horses on it. Another was a car that had gold bars or simulated gold bars inside, and it was supposed to be representing the transfer of gold, I suppose, which was the whole point of the robbery. And last but not least, because this tender is rather short, there's not enough room in the tender for a whistle for the locomotive. So what they did very cleverly is they placed a whistle inside a baggage car, which I'm going to show you in a few seconds because I was luckily able to obtain one of these baggage cars on eBay, and it's in really nice mint pristine condition, and here it is. Okay, you can see it's Union Pacific, has the yellow color paint scheme with the red details showing Pony Express. And this was really before they started using a regular mail, so the mail was being delivered by a rider, and that was the Pony Express. It has a nice matching red roof that matches the color of the locomotive and the tender, and some nice windows there. Now, as I mentioned, it also has a whistle built into it, which I will demonstrate for you. You have to provide track power. And here we go. Now, as you notice, the whistle that we have here is not what I would call a synthesized electronic type of whistle that one might hear using rail sounds or station sounds or something like that. It's still using the older technology, which is basically a fan inside that blows air through a whistle. It's very much the same technology that Lionel's been using since the end of World War II to create a whistle sound as the train goes around the track. The only difference here is that instead of normally placing it inside the tender, they placed it inside the baggage car. Now you will notice that when I applied track power, that some lights came on at the rear three windows of the coach. Now that wasn't included in the original car as it was released. It had no illumination, just the whistle. I just thought that perhaps there might be an easy way to do that, and when I opened the car up, which only required removing a single screw from one end of the car, was I could take an LED light that generally needs about 8 to 10 volts to illuminate, and attach it using a soldering iron to the voltage that was coming up from the track. It is placed at the rear of the car, so that's why the 3 rear lights windows illuminate, but the front 3 windows don't, because the whistle is actually blocking the light from reaching that side of the car. One might assume that perhaps there might be some crew members that are up late, and so the lights are on at the back end of the car, but at the other end of the baggage car here, because perhaps there's just baggage there and maybe some mail sacks, there's no reason for there to be any light on. So I didn't see any reason to put a light at both ends. I might still do that at some point later on. It's not too hard to do. We just add another one and it feeds off the same voltage. You might have noticed that when I blew the whistle on the car, that the lights dimmed, and that's because the whistle is basically taking the voltage away from the lights. So until the whistle stops blowing, and then the lights will come back on. That's the reason why it works that way. Okay, I do have some additional video that will show the locomotive and the tender and the baggage car and a bunch of other cars that are attached to this consist that don't necessarily match this locomotive running around my oval. I also have some video that shows the opened baggage car with the light and the wiring, the way I placed it inside. So for any of you who might be thinking about doing something like this, where you're going to add light to a car that doesn't have it, you might get some ideas from that. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed seeing this beautiful locomotive once again. And I just wanted to share the fact that I now have another part of the Great Train Robbery set. And I'm looking forward to looking for those other cars to complete the set. That car that has the horses on it, and the car that has the gold bullion that was being just transported, that was part of the Great Train Robbery. So in any case, I hope you enjoy this video. I hope you will like and subscribe, and I appreciate everyone who does that. And I look forward to sharing more train videos with you in the near future. So for now, if nothing else, please run your trains. Bye-bye for now.